heading to the Tetons, which is going to be 88 today, which is going to feel like pool wave.
Sure.
You want to just roll to the next,
Why wouldn't we, right?
right? Yeah. I mean, I think.
Not like our weight is tight with this truck or anything. And so just so you know, the Sold Out Campground dump station is right beside the RV campground. It is not included in your camping fee, which is fine. It's not unreasonable to pay to dump, but why would we if we're headed to full hookups, right? That's $10 we'll just keep, thanks.
That's right.
As you're driving down south on the Washington coast, we just learned ourselves. If you see somewhere to pull over, pull over. This is just a little pull out on the side of the road. We needed a pit stop. Oh my gosh, the views. Our front door is equally framed up with a lighthouse out on an island, beautiful coastline. Definitely allow yourself plenty of time on travel days up and down the coast. So pretty. We happened to spot with our human eyes here Amanda Park trading post. You'll see it on your map as you're going. The internet comes and goes as you're driving down the coast. It does not show there being fuel here. It showed the next available fuel in Aberdeen. We've been through Aberdeen before. We know where that is. It is very expensive here because it is the only gig in town for a long way on either side. So if you can be fueled up and avoid hitting Amanda Park trading post on your way down, you're going to save yourself some money. We do carry emergency fuel. We have some in the back. It's such a hassle to, break it out and get it in. So thankfully we won't have to, I think.
I was telling Amy, it took $112 to get a little less than 3/4 of a tank. And then of course, as soon as we pulled out, a full Chevron station 2 miles up the road. So, but you never know. So you can't, I mean, have we ever run out of gas?
Hello, from the side of the highway in South Dakota. They say in a marriage you can be right or you can be happy. I say be right. That's what makes you happy, because you were right? This is the thought going through my head while Gatsby and I sit on the side of the highway in South Dakota, because I did the math. I knew we did not have enough gas to get to the specific station that Jim felt we really had to get to. Jim said he did the math and we did. I was right. Rather than standing by being right, I chose to be happy and let him have his way, which has made me very unhappy.
Yeah, Jim and I have run out of gas 3 times. Twice less than 2 miles from a fuel station. So we just don't play around anymore. We're learning as we go. We have been living Shangri-La this summer, let me tell you. We have been in weather mostly in the 70s this summer. And while we were in Olympic National Park, it was in the low 70s, upper 60s. And we read the news while we're gone. We don't see television. We read the news. We know how hot it's been. What we didn't anticipate is that we were going to hit Oregon exactly when a heat wave set in. As in, we have gone from most of the summer in the lower comfortable 70s to, hi, it's 106 degrees. So that is a real challenge in any RV. Don't even care what kind of RV you have at that point. It's especially challenged when you're shiny and silver. So we yesterday stayed in. We did absolutely nothing. We did not go outside other than to walk the dogs. We broke down our itinerary. We were supposed to be spending time here in Troutdale, specifically to eat at one of our favorite restaurants of all times. The Sugar Pine Drive-In in Troutdale. Their food truck has my favorite poke bowl. They have the most amazing vegan Sunday creations. If you're ever anywhere in the Columbia River Gorge area outside of Portland, please just trust me. You got to go to the Sugar Pine Drive-In. They're closed because it's too hot. The businesses are closing. They're just not used to that heat. So we were going to leave from here and go spend a few days in Bend. Bend is going to be 104 degrees. We've canceled that. Instead, we're getting ready to get in the truck and drive for the next 2 days from here to Boise to the Tetons. We have not driven 2 days in a row since way back in June when we were driving from Kansas City out to Montana. But this is part of the process, guys. You got to pivot. Sometimes you're just going to have to drive to get out of the way of the heat. I think the weather in the Tetons is going to be great once we get there, so let's just go for it. So we made it to Boise yesterday, Boise, Idaho. It was 108 degrees here. I'm not telling y'all anything you don't know. In 2023, the weather is really crazy and unpredictable. So that's why we're shooting all the way over to the Tetons several days before we were supposed to get there. I think it's going to be 88 even in the Tetons today, but then things simmer back down in the 70s, and eventually at some point we know we live in the South. The heat's going to catch us, but the longer we can avoid it, we're going to find that well worth our efforts.
It is so bloody hot here. Let's get out of here.
Let's drive till the moon makes way for the sun tonight. Celebrate being young. Let's fly. Friends in the back seat of the car. We ride underneath the burning stars. I won't let this get away. No, I won't let this get away. I'm gonna run wild and see every star in the sky. Remember times like these for the rest of my life. I won't let this get away. No, I won't let this get away.
Our favorite place to dry camp anywhere is the Tetons. So we're out scouting for areas. We're going to move later on in the weekend, and we're trying to find the best spot we might go to. Our Old Faithful, we've been there twice, is so crowded that we need to have plan A, B, and maybe even C. One of the great things about these forest roads in the Tetons, great place to just pull over and let the dogs off leash and just have a free day out.
Sadly, we can't let Silas off leash as much anymore. It has to be a really controlled environment because he's deaf. So he can't hear us yelling for him to turn around or come back. But when you are up in these roads, you're going to want to carry your bear spray. They're very common.
Twilight, after the night has disappeared, sunrise, memories and steering wheels, bright eyes, music on the radio. Sometimes what you need you already know. I won't let this get away. I'm gonna run wild and see every star in the sky. Remember times like
Our second favorite dry camping spot is Shadow Mountain. But these roads are so rutted that we're not sure that we're going to be able to bring get the Airstream in.
I'm sad. One of the great attractions we have to this area is the dry camping and boondocking out here, because imagine these views out your windows. I mean, there's just absolutely nowhere we've ever been that's even a close second to this, but just don't know if it's going to work this time. We'll figure something out.
And besides British Columbia, this is what we were waiting for in the Airstream, is to have the Teton views with the Airstream windows. So if you look at our past videos, we always said whatever rig we were looking at, oh, can you imagine Tetons in its windows? And unfortunately, I don't know that we're going to get to.
Unique things that we're going to share with you this trip in the Tetons. We were supposed to be here right now. We went ahead and came out here because we were outrunning a heat wave of 108 degree temperatures, which is never fun. All you do is sit inside, wait for it to cool down. We currently are in the Virginian, which is really the only full hookup developed campground in Jackson, Wyoming. It's extremely expensive. The location's great. There's no views, but we hadn't planned on being here, and it's still a little warm to not have hookups. Then we're going to move to Grovant, and everyone that comes out to the Teton seems to really love Grovant. We've never actually stayed in a campground out here before, so that we have a generator-only space. Nice, shady in Grovant. We'll share that with you too. And then we thought our third location would be boondocking, but that's going to remain in flux. So you'll just have to take the ride with us, and we'll see where this lands.
Let's go, fellas. Get. Get.
Let's go. Fun-filled trip, kids. We got that one kid that doesn't want to get back on the bus.
Come on, bud. Come on. You got it. All right. Come on. And Amy forgot to remind me to put fuel in the truck before we left, so we're out of fuel.
If any of you just heard Jim say that and you're thinking, why would it be Amy's job to remind Jim to get fuel? Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Who came to see you?
Oh my goodness, look who came to. Oh, we went out the RV. Come back, Gatsby. Come back, Gatsby. Hi, Sarah. We found your sister.